Hey, what's up, guys? All right, my name is Brandon Middleton. I am the founder, CEO, and visionary of NOVAEO. And this video is about us recruiting a travel team. So the key person of this travel team is going to be a personal content curator. That is our focus point, but I do want to mention some of the other roles real quick and a little bit of context first. So basically myself and my business partner and best friend, Derek, we are total digital nomads living all over the world, all over the place. Sometimes we're together in one spot. Sometimes we branch off and do our own thing, constantly doing this. So the travel team will be occasionally with just me alone. Sometimes it'll be with myself and Derek, and sometimes it'll be with myself, Derek, and some other team members because there are a lot more of us that live as digital nomads, or at the very least, travelers. Or aside from that, sometimes we do work retreats where we all land in one spot and we recruit some of our other team members that aren't digital nomads to wherever this work retreat is. And we go into total grind mode and bond mode. That is a key element as well of this is if you're joining this team, you should feel a vibe with myself from this video. As you talk to more of us, you should feel a vibe with us because ultimately what we're trying to do is build not just a co-working relationship, but ultimately a friendship. That part's really, really important as well. So anyway, aside from the personal content curating, to be photography, videography, that kind of stuff, the other skills really quick that I want to mention are a total of 4. So a personal cook, personal chef, massage therapist, and personal assistant. So those 3 roles real quick would sometimes be necessary in our travel team, sometimes not, depending on where we are. So if we're in the United States, for example, where food is expensive and massage therapy is expensive and you have to book like 10 days in advance and all that stuff, it'd be fantastic to have those team members with us in our travel squad. But if we're somewhere like Bali, which I frequent pretty often, healthy food is abundant. It's really easy to get. It's very affordable. Massage therapy, same kind of thing. So those skills will sometimes be with us, sometimes not be with us. And despite us trying to find 4 roles, personal chef and cook, massage therapy, personal assistant, and the personal content curator, we're trying to find a maximum of 2 people to fulfill all 4 roles. So part of your submission back to us would be, which roles are you wanting to fulfill? So personal cook, personal chef, that's pretty self-explanatory. Which would include going and getting the ingredients for cooking and all things, making sure we're eating good. The personal assistant side of stuff, that would be basically like handling all of our local logistics. We do have a virtual assistant as well to handle a lot of like the planning and that kind of stuff. So this would be more coordinating with any local support that we have. If we have a driver or if we're organizing tickets to go to some kind of event or that kind of stuff, someone that can basically handle those like little pop-up things or coordinating with other businesses, other services in the area on our behalf. Because ultimately the people that we are, we have a lot of fun. We really enjoy our lives. We create a lot of awesome memories, but we also work a shit ton. And so, 60, 70, sometimes 80-hour weeks are not out of the question, depending on what's going on. So if we can have support to handle those little things that pop up that either rob us of headspace or rob us of time, then that's going to allow for us to stay focused and have more time for the work that we had always been planning on doing. So that's the importance of that. Now, the personal content curator. So this could be small scope or massive scope. At the end of the day, the ideal person would be someone that can capture the raw content, not just capture the raw content, but also like prompt or inspire it. Most of the content we want to be candid, just basically observing us throughout the day, whatever our day-to-day is, capture our healthy moments, capture our work moments, etc. Capture our traveling, tourist moments, that kind of stuff, candidly, in order to produce kind of like a life behind the scenes sort of portal into our world. But at the same time, to be able to prompt content that is going to be in line with our branding. So several of us are starting to develop personal brands, myself included, and then we're also developing a team brand, a NOVAEO community brand that's going to give basically the general public an idea of what it's like to be inside the NOVAEO team, where, you know, we definitely have like a work hard, play hard kind of mentality, and some really massive idealistic change the world vision, which will be really interesting to watch the journey. It's not going to be anything that happens within, you know, a year or two. We're talking like 10, 20, 30 year vision for that. So someone that really has that understanding of brand development, especially at like the more human level. So what I mean by that is, you know, there's product brand development. We own about 8 or 9 product brands, so we're used to that. But on the personal brand development side, it is a little bit of a different game. So anyone that the more skills you have in that world, if you know about like setting up collaboration, stuff like that, you know, the more skills you have, the better. Because essentially what we're trying to do is recruit in like a full-time person, someone that is going to travel with us, not necessarily 24/7. You know, if you have a home or whatever, it can be more like, hey, I'm going to Bali for 3 months. Do you want to come for like 4 to 6 weeks of that? You know, you tell me your schedule, that kind of thing, and it'll be a little bit of a pretty flexible dynamic. But nonetheless, that is the end goal. Now, before we get to that end goal, we expect to be hiring a lot of locals in the different areas that we're going. So first up, as of this video, is I'm in Playa del Carmen right now, but I'm about to head to Mexico City. So we'll be posting this in the local Mexico City Facebook Marketplace, and we'll do some research to figure out other places to post it. And so initially we're just looking for some local support. And then once we find someone that really is inspiring for us, then we're going to offer the full-time, you know, salaried role with the expectation of working together for months or years, ideally. But there's no pressure to be that person yet. And so the first level of the personal content curator that we're looking for is someone that can just capture that raw content and prompt and inspire some not candid content, you know, like scheduled or intentional content, but that is going to be in line with our brand direction. So we do have some equipment ourselves, but ideally you also have equipment. And so video, photography, you know, all the stuff. The more that you can do to ready that content for like final publishing to social medias, the more work we'll have for you. So if you are just at a level in which your interest is capturing just the raw content, and then you want to pass it to a team for production and editing, which we do have on our team, then that's cool, but we probably won't be able to, you know, recruit you full time, even if it's temporary, so 40 hours a week or whatever. But the more that you can do autonomously on your own, the closer we'll get to full time. And that is our goal. We would prefer recruiting someone full time, but there's no expectation for us to get there right away. So ways that if you want full time, let's say temporary full time, meaning Mexico City as the example, if you're looking to work for, you know, 40 hours a week during the weeks or months that we're there, we're always kind of up in the air. Then, you know, there's the raw content capturing side, there's developing the personal brand and publish-ready social media content side. That could get you closer to full time, and then if you're able to do any kind of personal assistant type stuff or whatever, then that's awesome. So all these like little things within those 4 roles could steer you towards full time. But on the personal content curation side, if you do have it all, then that could be full time in itself. And if you're really good, and if you want this lifestyle, then you could be onboarded to the NOVAEO team, you know, permanently. I mean, nothing's ever permanent, but permanently. And that's where we really want to get to ourselves. So internally in our team, we do have people in our social media team. We have several designers, copywriters. You know, we have a whole creative team. We have a creative agency, but they are working on other projects. So we can take some of their time and help out with these personal brand curations and building. But again, you know, if you come in and you are fully autonomous and, you know, not just able to capture the moments, but literally conceptualize and help us develop the brand or even strategize the brand and the marketing of the brands, all of it, then that's going to be okay. You could be, a PR agency lead on this. So there's a lot of openings. Basically, we're throwing ourselves out there via video, sending these job ads all over the place, locally and to some international marketplaces as well. And it's really who is gravitating to us. If you're gravitating to us, what are you bringing to the table? And we'll essentially build this travel team according to who's interested and the skills and interests that you guys bring to the table. So I sprinted through this video pretty fast. I would imagine that there's probably a decent amount of questions that you might have, especially since I'm covering kind of a wide array of skills. So yeah, feel free to ask as many questions as you have. I would say you can post questions to the commentary in this YouTube. That's fine, but if you don't get responded to right away, I honestly, I'm not very good at responding to my social media quite yet, because I have literally like over 250 notifications a day just from our 80 team members that we have. So definitely go ahead and post in the YouTube commentary. I myself want to get used to treating that as a daily platform that I am communicating on. But for urgency, go ahead and reply through whatever platform you're seeing this job ad through, Facebook Marketplace, Indeed, whatever it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, I look forward to your questions. Sending us a video submission of who you are, what you're about, what you're into, what kind of lifestyle you're trying to build for yourself, what kind of skills you have, what kind of skills you want to acquire. The sky's the limit. Just throw it all at us. Give us some information about who you are, what you're interested in, and obviously as many questions as you have for me, as many questions as you have for our team, throw it at me. Cool? All right. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it, and look forward to hearing from you.